Hello, in the past I made a video about supply and demand zones, which was quite successful. I got a lot of views from it, so that means, it helped you guys a lot. So let's get into a part 2 of that subject. It's been a while since I made that video, the previous video. I'll put a description down below. But you know, over time we all evolve, we all got our new ideas about trading, so maybe I have a different view on it as well. So let's get into it right away. Supply and demand zones. This is the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar chart on the weekly. As you can see, price is reacting in certain areas. Now, to make things clear, yes, I see that price reacts over here, and I see price reacts over here and here as well. So those are all certain zones, but the thing I want to see are areas where price reacts a lot and with quite convincing as well. So an area like that would be, of course, this area. Once price starts moving into this zone with this spike not included maybe, but this zone, when I shift it over here, we see the same thing. This is a zone where price does move into and tend to turn around. Yeah, this would be a certain zone, but a little lower we got some area as well, which is kind of hard because this price moved into this area quite a bit and didn't respect the level that much. So that's kind of a subzone to me. But definitely an area around the 9.6 for this currency pair to be aware of. Down here it's a bit more clear where price is at. When it comes into this area, it tends to make a move into this area and take off right away. So this is quite of an interesting thing to be using in your trading, because when you know where price is in the bigger picture, you know two things: what will happen when price move into a certain supply or demand zone, and when you map them out on your charts, then you know where price is likely to react. Also here's another zone where price tends to react earlier on. So when price gets into those areas, it tends to shift. Markets do not shift right away; it takes time. This took a lot of time, so this wasn't that good of a time to get in. But of course, in trading, you never know what will happen. It's not always like we move into this area and we move off again. So supply and demand zones. if you know how to map them out, make sure you draw them in areas where price is moving aggressively in the opposite direction. That's actually what you should be looking for. And all those areas in between. This of course was also an area of supply demand where for some reason sellers got the upper hand and started to sell off. Right now we're at an area where the buyers got the upper hand in the past. So this is in fact, that's why I use this chart. This is in fact the chart where I am looking at. Well, like I said in the beginning, knowing this is one thing, but now the tricky part comes: how to get into this trade with a good entry. So with this on the charts, I hope this is clear. These are those levels you want to map out on your charts, where you can obviously find areas where price will start a new trend. That's, at the end of the day, that is what we are looking for. We never know how long a trend will take. We'll never know if the trend will actually hold and continue. So maybe you get stopped out, maybe you get it at a break even, maybe you get a small profit, not what you hoped for. My way of trading is actually to find those waves. So when price is here, when price is in the middle, this is not an interesting level for me to be watching, even though of course I would be aware of the fact that this acted as resistance quite some time. it acted as support, and here it acted as support again, and a little bit as a resistance level. So yes, I'm aware of this area, and I'm aware that price is likely to shift around these areas, but it's not the ideal place to be when it comes to supply and demand zones, where if price breaks through these levels. It didn't happen over here, maybe it'll happen next run, but once price moves away, these are the golden trades. A lot of people are looking for trades every day a new trade, get in, get out. It depends on your style, of course. Some if you're a day trader, of course that's what you do. To me, I want to spend as less time as possible behind those charts. I want to see the bigger picture, and I want to get in once when if it's actually interesting to get in. So let's zoom in so we can see what happens if we now know this. We know where price is at, so we know that price moved into a certain area. So that's one thing you want to know as a trader. So let's see what kind of clues we can find. Overall, we do get into the lower side of this area where price is moving at overall. So that's interesting, and price does in fact react. But this is not at all a area where price has turned around fully. So that being said, when we go to the 4-hour chart, yes, then we'll see that this is actually being a structure that has been broken. Let me zoom in. Yes, like I said, so this price was trending. We got a break, we got a retest, and now we got this new area that's looking to move. So this to me, this is a shift in the market. As long as this support level holds, this to me is support right now. As long as this holds, I am in this trade. I think I entered around the retest and the continuation pattern. So this is looking at an entry. We know that price moved into or a supply or a demand zone. That's interesting. So that's the reason why it gets on my watch list. Now that it is on my watch list, I go to the 4-hour chart where I find my entries. Price has been moving lower, and over here we see that price has came back, made a maybe this could have been the first higher high. Then we got this actual break. This is the first higher high followed by a higher low. Sorry, this was a higher low as well, of course. And now we are seeing that price is making higher highs and higher lows, and is continuing to move into a certain direction. Well, the first obstacle it will encounter is of course this trend line we've seen on daily, and another area is actually the area it is encountering right now. That is this area where price was support over here, turn a little resistance, and now this is still a resistance area. So this is the first level it will encounter. After that we will find another area where support and resistance was met. So again, I'm expecting this to, if it continues, bounce this support, then go on for a little correction, maybe into these previous resistance, and then turning support area, and then again it will move again up to this. If it breaks, we get another continuation pattern and a retest probably, etc, etc, etc. So that's the way I'm looking at the charts from that perspective. I want to emphasize that I do not zoom into like the 5-minute chart or the whatever 15 or whatever, maybe an hour once price is in this area, but I prefer the 4-hour as the lowest time frame to actually get into a trade like this and find a perfect entry. So just to point out to you guys why this is a way to enter the markets. We had a long rally on a 4-hour chart. We can draw this trend line, and right now we are actually moving a little bit into this direction, but there's a lot more to happen before we can call this an actual reversal or an actual there's a lot of obstacles to overcome. I just drew this one on a 4-hour chart, but you can imagine if price runs into this area again, we get another um, challenge to be met. But that doesn't matter, because supply and demand zones, is what this video is about. When price moves into those zones, it is highly likely that price will turn around. And what do you want more than, let me just go to the weekly chart to show you guys the potential. These are the areas I prefer to get in. So once we are into this, on a 4-hour chart, like I just mentioned, let me just pinpoint it for you guys so you know exactly how I look at a. Let me get this off and get a new one. So this to me is an actual trade around the trend line. If I would get in, that would be the area for me to get in actually. This could be a potential first run. Then let's get the bigger picture. If of course we get pullbacks, we get a lot of things that will, just like you see over here, markets tend to pull all over the place. Oh, wait a minute, this is what I need. Then of course, if the idea holds and we can let it run for quite a time, the first obstacle will be this one. Of course, it takes time, and we will be all the way over here once the chart moves like it does. Let's zoom out back to the weekly. So we got a first run if you're a swing trader or you're not comfortable taking on trades this long. So this is the first runner. This could be the second runner, but the thing we are actually looking at is this. Once we are, now is the sweet spot. Now we want to get in. We know we're at a supplier demand zone, so we want to move into a next supplier demand zone, and also vice versa. So this could be the potential of a trade like this. It can run for weeks, but with risk rewards like this, of course, 15. That's the crazy thing. So it's a mental thing to keep a position open for this long. But these are, to me, the runs I'm looking at. So maybe I'll do a part 3 about supply and demand zones, because now we are looking at levels on the horizontal level, but you have also those ascending and descending kinds of pairs that are in a range, but they're constantly touching a trend line, and the trend line is the kind of the zone where price tends to react pretty aggressively. So that could be an interesting video as well. I hope I shared with you the picture of supply and demand a little bit, and then combine this time with the entry level. So we know where price is likely to react. We know that's what I want to put on the chart, especially on the weekly chart. Right now we have moved into a certain area. We don't know if it's going to come back again. We don't know if this is the right time that it is actually shifting, but this is the moment we want to catch. This is the moment we want to catch. These are like huge moves that we want to get into. And how do I manage this trade is another interesting thing. Let's get into that a little bit. I manage this trade by, like I said, the trend line broke. I started looking what price was doing after the break. Well, the retest was a signal for me that this trend line, which was resistance, is now for the first time some kind of support. This could be a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. It doesn't matter what you use or what to you is the way to determine if this trade is right for you. Head and shoulders, higher highs, higher lows. To me, it's always price action, but what suits your strategy. And now I ride this trend. I don't watch all day. I just maybe every day at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, I just take a look at what has been going on in the markets. My stop is here, and I let this one run, and I hope it'll make this level to get a first nice run out of it. If it doesn't happen, then to me it's not a problem. If I'm at break even already, so this can't be a loser anymore. Just let it go, and if we see in fact a pattern like resistance is met, we have another pullback, and then it starts moving again. Of course, I will move my stop up, and the stop is eventually what gets me out of the trade. So I'm really gunning for those runners. I'm looking at the weekly chart, supply and demand zones. If price is in that area, then those pairs get on my watch list, and I start to look for structures that tell me that price is in fact moving aggressively in the opposite direction from that supply or demand zone. Well, I hope things are clear. Please leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And finally, let me explain to you guys one more time how my book can be released, your free copy. Here it is. Like a lot of you know, my book is, I wrote a book. I've been trading for 8 years now, I think. The book is 3 parts. The first is about trading in general. So what is trading? And to me, trading is trading, and doesn't really matter if it's forex, stocks, cryptocurrencies, or whatever. Trading is trading, so you have to know what it is and what kind of characteristics certain markets have. That's also important. And with that being said, the second part is all about trading strategies, trend trading, day trading, swing trading, to get you guys going in trading. And then of course the first part should have give you a good overview of what there is to trade. So if you prefer to trade forex, pick a strategy and start applying that into forex. And the third part is about risk management. And the thing you don't see on Instagram or YouTube a lot is that part. So you can be a great technical analyst, but from time to time you're wrong, and that happens a lot in trading. If you don't know how to manage risk, how to calculate lot size, how to find risk reward setups, then you are doomed to to fail eventually. So the first step is to the book is free. Like I said, the book is free for everyone. Oh, let me just adjust this. Sorry guys. The book is free, so the only thing I'm asking is all my content is free. I do not believe in paid courses. I do not believe in paid mentoring. All those things. My book is free, so let that be the beginning of your trading journey, or let that be the part where you actually, if you're stuck in trading, let the book help you to make sure the basics are good. I put a link down below, or I put a link down here in the right corner, so you sign up with one of my preferred brokers. That's the way you can help me help you. Everything is free. The book is free. The content on YouTube, everything is free. I just want to help people. The only thing I'm asking is to make a little shift in who I can help. Trade with me with one of these brokers. In this case, this broker, and I will help you. After reading the book, contact me on social media. Let me get in. Signing up, verify your account, and make your first deposit. Of course, you have to be ready for trading. This I was always talking about. Step 3. Trade Vision is my email, 2020@gmail. Instagram Trade Vision. Send me a message. I'm happy to help if you signed up. There's no limits. Just I'm here to help. I'm here to help you set up to be a profitable trader. Only thing I'm asking is help me help you. Final thing, like I said, bonus, there is more. I'm open to review your trading plan. If you have made a strategy, ask me anything you haven't found in the book already. So if you still have questions, like I said, hit me up, email, Instagram. I'm ready to help and to stay in contact with you. Yes, the third part, stay in contact in your trading journey. You have good times, you have bad times. If you have troubles, in what area, maybe one of the 3 parts. You don't know what to trade. You don't know, your risk management is off. You can't find a perfect strategy, or it doesn't seem to be working. Ask me, email me, message me. Here to help. Help me, help you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.